Okay, hello, everybody. It looks like I'm live. Yeah, it's always a challenge for me because it's a lag. So what I see is like a delay. So I've got to not look at I've got to keep looking at the camera and not at the screen. Well, hello, everybody. It's great to see you guys. Welcome to Soul Pet. And tonight we are honoring our beautiful animal companions on the other side of life with the Day of the Dead for pets. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in just a moment. But welcome everybody to Soul Pet. This is the channel that is dedicated to helping all of us who are navigating the journey through grief after the loss of an animal companion. And no matter where you happen to be on that journey, you are welcome here, whether it has been a day, a year, 10 years. It does not matter. You are welcome here. And no matter where you are in your journey of grief, you will find a virtual community here of beautiful people. This is a live stream, so if you are catching this on the replay, you'll see that it's very interactive. I interact a lot with the folks who are making comments. We have a wonderful community of channel members here, and I'm giving you guys a huge shout out already because of our session last night. Every once in a while, and I'm going to try to make this getting back to a monthly schedule. We have a live Zoom so that you can interact, we can interact, we can ask questions, we can get to know each other. And it was amazing last night. There were probably, I think there were 12 of us on, and we had just such a beautiful time sharing messages from the Rainbow Bridge and helping each other receive messages from our animal companions on the other side. So it was just wonderful. And I can see all the comments scrolling. The way that you guys are so thrilled that you got to connect and see each other. And Kathy H, we got to see you in person. And Sharon, I'm going to talk to you in just a second about the shooting star and how you might be able to see a shooting star because there is a meteor shower coming up very soon in November that you should be able to catch a shooting star. So I'll tell you how to do that. But first, for those of you who may be new to the channel, my name is Elaine. I'm an animal Reiki master and an animal chaplain and an animal medium, and everything I do is through the love of animals. This particular channel was inspired, excuse me, was inspired by my beautiful Lucy. I'm going to show you Lucy's altar in just a minute that I created just for tonight. And Lucy, when she crossed in August of 2020, Winston a week later, Winston, it was Lucy who came to me in a dream. Lucy came to me in a dream the night that she passed and essentially showed me what I can do, what I'm capable of, what we are capable of, what how to receive messages and how to share this. So she's the inspiration for the channel. I'm going to choke again. Hang on. Let's see if I can oh, I don't know how to turn off my microphone. Excuse me. Good thing I have water. I apologize. Okay. One of the first things that I love to do is give a shout out to all of my channel members. So all of you folks who are official members of the channel, I give a shout out to you. Pat, as always, first, is now volunteering on Monday nights, so he always catches the replay. So we like to give a shout out to Pat and his son and their doggies on the other side. Who's I'm going to have a list of all the animal companion names, and we'll get to that in just a minute too. But first, let's say hello to Kali. It is great to see you, and Sherry, awesome to see you too. Sharon, we're going to talk about those shooting stars. I'm so glad that you guys really enjoyed the session last night. We said hello to Kathy H. and Z. It is great to see you here. Hello. And let me just scroll down, see if there's any other channel members that I'm missing. And then I go back and say hello to everybody because this is a community. And I love to make sure that I acknowledge everybody who takes the time not only for themselves and their animal companion, but to be supportive of each other, who takes the time to come here on this channel and support each other. Jody, it is great to see you. Cheryl, Ms. Nunya, New York Business, good to see you too. Donna, it is great to see you. Now, Donna, I did include your name. I did include Maggie. But you can confirm for me. I think it's Maggie, right? When I have a list of animal companion names. But let's go back and say hello to all the rest of my loyal followers. So we said hello to Z, right? And oh, Pockets. We have to add Pockets' name to the list. Um, okay, Teresa, hello. It is so nice to see you here tonight. Welcome. And Sarah, great to see you also. Both Teresa and Sarah were part of the meeting last night. Julie was also part of the meeting last night. Great to see you. Gemini, it's nice to have you here. I'm not sure of your name, but welcome. You are so welcome here. And if you would like to, I'm going to invite everybody in just a moment to include the name of their animal companion if you would like me to read it. I've got like 25 names here. It doesn't matter. I'm going to read them all. Anne, it's so nice to have you here. Nice to see you, Anne. I think I said hi to Jody, right? And Charlie, good to see you. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you very much. I wore specifically a nice bright color tonight because when we work with Day of the Dead and the idea behind the Day of the Dead is that it's a celebration and it's all about beautiful, bright, bold colors, flowers and colors and candles. And so I picked the brightest shirt that I have. All right, let's see if there's anybody else who I missed. Jen, good to have you here. And I think that might be it. Oh, Alonso, it is very nice to see you here. For Freya. Oh, yes, yes. I have Freya's name right on my list also. Yep. So we will, and Rosie. Okay. So let me add Rosie to the list, Kathy. Rosie. So I have a lot of the names already, but what you can do is go ahead and put your animal companion's name. If I don't have it, I'm going to try to catch it real quick. I'll take a quick look. I do have Nico's name on there, and I do have Mew Mew. I do have Potato and Gary. So I've got a lot of names already on the list. But you are so welcome, Z. That is the reason. And if you look at Z's comment, she's thanking me for helping her get through this last year with pockets. I promise that it's not. I mean, me. I feel like I am the. Sometimes I call myself like the secretary, or I take all the transcription. I just follow. I just tell them. I just do what the animals tell me to do. I share the messages they tell me to share. But it's all of our beautiful animal companions, and it's all of you guys. This beautiful, supportive community that helps everybody get through this and get through all the different grief. So I am going to take a quick look. Did I st I see somebody saying, welcome, Jane. Jane, did I miss that? Oh, we have Kirby. And bear with me for you guys. Cat food, is that the name of a pet? Cat food? I'll assume that it is. Nancy, I've got Benny. Enzo, I think I have Enzo on here already. Whoops. I Nancy, and Enzo. Oh boy, Kathy, we got a lot there. All right, Ziggy. The reason that I'm taking down all the names because I am going to. I have a little. I guess you could call it a prayer, but I have a little blessing that I want to read as we do the candle thing, which I'll explain in just a moment. But in the meantime, no, I did not get to any emails today, Cheryl. I promise that I will as soon as probably not till tomorrow, to be perfectly honest. It probably will be tomorrow before I get to my emails. Enzo, and who else have I missed? Yes, for cat food. Okay. Rudy, Flora, Babette, and Parker. Rudy, Flora, Babette, Parker, and I am going to read all of the names. It won't take as long as you think I have, although now I'm probably closer to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, probably closer to 40 names on our list right now. Kuda's at the top of the list, Aaron. Kuda is the very first name on my list. And we talked about Kuda last night also. So welcome to you guys too. All right, I will go back and I will check one more time, Genevieve. I will check one more time before I do the blessing to make sure that I've got everybody's name. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about what the Day of the Dead is. So the Day of the Dead, I'm always very conscious about what is called cultural appropriation. And that is where one culture adopts the practices of another culture as if it's their own, not respecting the fact that it's a very culturally important thing. So I do want to acknowledge that the origin of the Day of the Dead initially, although it's now celebrated almost everywhere, I would call it almost multicultural. The Day of the Dead is it's not just Mexico, but Mexico is one of the primary countries that works with the Day of the Dead, that practices or honors the Day of the Dead, all throughout Latin America. My beautiful friend from Puerto Rico, Shirley, if you get to watch this on the replay, I love you so much, and thank you for reminding me that it's Day of the Dead for the pets. All across Latin America, but it goes back thousands of years, like thousands, several thousand, maybe 3,000 years is the last time, the earliest documentation of it, to the Aztec time, the Aztecs and Mayans in that time frame. And it probably goes back before then. And more archaeologists are discovering that the history of our of the it's not just Latin America, but the history of all of that particular area. I can't think of the name of what it's called. But anyway, it goes back thousands of years, like as old as Egyptian times, thousands of years ago. And even the Egyptian times, it's going back even further than it did before. So what it was meant is was a way for families to honor their family members who had crossed. So to honor them, to remember them. The thought now it really gets a little tricky because it again it's a blend, which is why I really don't mind as much. I don't feel as much about cultural appropriation because it is a blend of practices. The Day of the Dead was a practice that was before the Spanish came and introduced a lot of the Catholicism and a lot of the Catholic traditions, such as All Souls Day, All Saints Day, and it became this beautiful blend of Day of the Dead where it's the legend. I don't know that I want to call it the legend. That's not the right word, but it is that this is the time of year when the veil is thinnest between us here in the physical and souls who have crossed to the other side. And when the veil is very thin, right around the Halloween time frame, so October 31st, when that veil is thinnest is when our family members can return to us. We can have easier ways to contact them, easier ways to connect with them, easier ways to welcome their beautiful souls back into our lives again. And it's practiced at this particular time of year. I, as you all know, am a firm believer, especially having connected with so many animals on the other side, that they don't ever leave us. That the veil perhaps used to be an actual veil where there was a barrier between us in the physical and the souls who crossed to the other side. And it was very challenging for them to get through to us. And we often were taught that at least in Western tradition, that wasn't the case. And now, with all of the spiritual awakening that's going on, I believe that the veil is not only at its thinnest this time of year, but it is at its thinnest in all time. That now we are so able to make this connection. And last night, doing the messages from the Rainbow Bridge, trying to help us, each of us, get a message from our animal companion on the other side, I saw it so clearly that we are able to make these connections now. And I also believe, and I've explained this before too, that our animals on the other side, not just our animals, people as well, all souls who have crossed to the other side are learning as much as we are. We are learning to receive and send messages across the veil. They are learning to receive and send messages across the veil. It's just that our souls on the other side have a little bit more access to magic than we do, and they are able to manipulate the energy that gets our attention. I will give you an example. Somebody just sent me right before I clicked the go live button, I saw this comment on one of the older videos about the angel number 444. And the person said, I was contemplating whether or not I should adopt a new animal into my home. And it was the middle of the night, and I awoke in the middle of the night and I saw the number 444, and I took that as a sign. And then she added to that, oh, did I mention that I was wearing a sleep mask? So the number 444 appeared to her in her mind's eye so clearly. Those are the ways that our animal companions get through to us. And that time during sleep, before and after, right before we drift off, right when we wake up, and throughout the dream cycle, our animal companions are able to get through to us. And we're going to talk a little bit more about signs and how to receive them later on, more towards the end. But so that's why I believe that even though we are going to work with the practices of and the traditions of the Day of the Dead celebration, I want you to know that you can do this at any time. You can do this at any time, and you're not going to need to make an altar. It was so beautiful today to put together an altar for my beautiful Lucy. I did one for Lucy. I've got several animals, just like you guys. I've got many animals on the other side. But Lucy, being the inspiration for this channel, is who I wanted to do the little altar for. And I'll explain to you the reason that I put the things that I did and how you might also create an altar for your animal companion. But let me check comments real quick here because I can see the comments flying by. So let's just see what I missed. Now, my beautiful channel members know that they can do something like Cheryl just did. Did you see my email? She tagged me in it, so it comes up a bright red notice on in my comments. But I'm just going to go back and make sure that I haven't missed any names. Scout, you got it. Oh, Scout's on my list. What am I saying? Scout and let's see who else we've got. I've got Nancy. Um, Thank you, Z. Yep. And I think I got Genevieve. All right. Uh, Rebel, and I did have Hershey, and I couldn't remember Rebel. So we'll write Rebel's name down here also. And no, wait, I have to go back. I've clearly missed a comment about you're going to light a candle tonight for Kuda on the phone with my brother. Oh, his dog just crossed. Aaron, we will hold him so close in our hearts. We will hold him so close in our heart today. And I know that you know what to say. I know that you know how to guide him, to look immediately for the signs, even when it's hard, and when the emotion is so raw and it's so real and it's so present because it just happened. If you could share the doggy's name, if you can, if you can't, that's fine, because we don't have to know the name. We don't have to know a name to be able to hold this space in our hearts and to know that that beautiful animal companion is still with him. Okay, now I have something from Jane. Nancy passed away 10 weeks ago today. My soul hurts so much. Not a day has gone by that I haven't cried. Jane, we hold you in our heart also. If you can't tell right now, you're getting virtual hugs from everybody in this group. It is what is so special about this community that I tell you, I don't know of any other community on YouTube that has this kind of support that will just welcome anybody, everybody, and wrap literally, even though it's virtual, wrap our arms around you and hold you and let you know that you're heard and that we see you and we understand your grief. Teresa. I missed the pets okay, all right. So Teresa, I will run back up. I think I wrote down some of them from earlier, but let me scroll up. Okay, there's so many comments now, Teresa. If you could put them again. And look at Charlie. Type in caps. You're so funny. Shirley, it's my Shirley. So if you guys see there, everybody give a shout out to Shirley, my beautiful friend Shirley Escribano. And we will absolutely be holding Oscar and Lily and Potato and Annabelle. Look, another Potato. Let me just write all their names down here. Shirley, you're the reason that we're doing this tonight. Oscar, Lily, Potato, Annabelle. Okay. Oscar, Lily, I can't read my own handwriting. Potato. Dana, hello, hello. If you could give us your if you could give us your animal companion's name, we're going to add it to our list. And look, Shirley, everybody's giving you a shout out. And Teresa, I'm going to have to scroll back up and see if I can find all the names. Let me just do that real quick. I hate to leave dead air on here. Milo. I'm going to hope that I don't miss anybody. That's all I can say is that I'm going to hope I don't miss anybody. And if I do, know that I'm holding every single animal in my heart. And I'm going to try to say all of their names. Teresa, I don't see, I've scrolled all the way back up and I don't see them. So if you can, oh, there we go. Poppy, Lobo, Jinx, and Molly. Poppy, Lobo, Jinx, and Molly. Okay. That reminds me that I have a Molly from years past also. I haven't thought of Molly in a long, long time, the beautiful Molly. Okay. Smokey and LaBelle along with Mew Mew. Okay. All right. So I had started to explain the history behind the Day of the Dead, and it goes back thousands of years, and it's a tradition that goes back thousands of years, and now it's become a beautifully special day where we honor all of those who have crossed to the other side, and it's done with color and flair and celebration and joy and tears. But it's a beautiful practice, and only just recently, I want to say that it was 2019. That's how recently it was that someone decided, and why this hasn't come to us before, that we should honor our animal companions in the same way. And that is when families began celebrating this day just for pets. And of course, it's global now. It's not just in the Latin American countries. It's global, and everybody wants to be able to honor their animal companions and to celebrate their life, to celebrate the time that they've spent with us. And so that's why we're doing this today. It's about joy and remembrance, and it's not meant to be about sorrow, even though it might bring up some sorrowful thoughts for us. Okay, Orange and Missy. I'm gonna have so many names. I may have to make a special post. Maybe that's what I'll do. I will make a beautiful post for our community, and put all of our animal names on there. If in case I don't get to every single one, because now I got a lot of names to read. I might be like reading 100 names. But just having your names in your animal companions' names in the comments also is going to be our way of honoring them. We're bringing them all right to the front. Okay. What else did I want to say about that? So it's about joy and remembrance and not about sorrow. So I want to show you before we do the celebration of life, which is going to be the lighting the candle. If anybody has a candle and you would like to light it as we do this in about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, then go ahead and either grab your candle or have it ready with you. I have my candle here that I'll be using for my beautiful Lucy. It has a little heart on there. It's kind of my mama made this little candle. We went to a candle making class, and she made this. She's 85 years old, and she made this beautiful little candle with a red heart on it. So that's what I'm going to use for Lucy. Okay, so what is an altar? An altar is something that you might make for your animal companions that has all the little things on them that remind you of them. The goal is to place things on this little altar as a way of inviting them back to your home. And we're going to talk more about signs towards the end, but it's about creating a space that they remember so that they are drawn back from the other side, that their soul can come right through and be with you through by honoring on a little altar. So I would love to know if anybody has a little altar. If you may have, like I used to. I haven't done it since I moved. I had a whole I don't quite have the space here. I haven't figured out how to do it. But I had a whole, I would call it an altar where all of my animal companions, I had different things for all of them all the time. And now I just have it on a little bookshelf. But I made this for Lucy, and I'll explain to you the reason why I put certain things. But know that if you don't have all of those things, that you can simply do it with a photo. You don't even have to have a photo. You can simply hold them in your heart. If you don't have anything present with you that you can use to make this little altar for them, it's not going to stop you from connecting. You're connected heart to heart. Last night we talked about different kinds of consciousness, and I might want to get into that as a way to know for you to know how they come across the veil. But I'll just make myself a little note. If we have time, I will. So let me show you the things that remind me of that are so wonderful about Lucy that I would use if I didn't know that she was right by my side all the time and right here in my heart all the time, always on my mind. I speak about her several times a week, if not a day. So she's always close in my mind. But this is what I made for her. So I have her little. I'll show you some of the things. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm just going to look at my screen here to make sure that you guys can see this. So the answer is yes. I'm not going to move the framed photo of her, but that's her Rainbow Bridge memorial. So it has the poem of the Rainbow Bridge on it. It also has a little bit of her fur, her paw print, and that's what that is right there. Then I also did this. So I'm going to share with you guys. You know Shirley who's on here? Shirley is the beautiful person who did Lucy's tattoo on my arm. So Shirley is my tattoo artist. But this is a little, and I can't see that I'm showing this. It's not letting me show it. So I'm going to watch the delay on my video. This is what Lucy came to me, how she looks in my dream, and pretty close to how she looked in my dream. She looked like a wolf with beautiful blue eyes, and that is what Shirley tattooed on my arm, this beautiful wolf with the blue eyes. So I have this because when Lucy crossed to the other side, the sense that I got from her, and I would love for you guys to think about this yourselves. The sense I got from her is that when she crossed, she stepped into the highest version of herself. So it was as if she left her little black lab doggy body and became the true spirit of Wolf. And she's my guide. She is my spirit guide of all guides. That beautiful blue-eyed wolf, Lucy, is her. So think about maybe your animal companions on the other side. What do they look like after they've crossed? What would they have? What would their higher self be when they cross to the other side? Then I also have food. So this is a lot about food. Favorite foods are one of the things that everyone puts out on the Day of the Dead. So Lucy loved her peanut butter, so she loved a Kong full of peanut butter. So that's on there, her Kong and her peanut butter. And oh, her cookie. She loved these cookies. These are called Blue Dog cookies. She absolutely loved her cookies. I have her paw print. I have her collar. So everything that I could think of that is still a piece of her and holds some of the energy of her. Like I can still, I can still smell her. I still smell her in here. It's a beautiful smell. Oh my gosh, is it a beautiful smell? And then her little paw print and a little bit of her fur I have also. I have her remains. I also have something else, and this is something you guys might consider. This is something that was made for me. Now, I don't believe that the woman who made this for me does it anymore, but I know there are other people out there who do. It's called Lucy's Essence. And when it started to become obvious that it was Lucy's, that she was approaching end of life, when things were getting really rough for her, and I wanted her to be able to be less anxious, I wanted her to be calm, I wanted her to know that she was safe and loved and peaceful, and that she could cross whenever she chose. I gave her full permission, honored her. Whatever her preference was is what I honored. And what this person made for me was drops to put in her water. And for example, it's angelica, angel's trumpet, walnut, chamomile, passion flower. And oh, she put the date on here. I didn't realize that. May 12th, 2020. And Lucy crossed in August of 2020. So I would take drops of this and place it in Lucy's water. It's flower essence, flower. And I think this is all flowers, but she also did flowers and crystal essences that are meant for you. It's the spirit that's in them. The spirit of the plant is in each one of those, and it's in her drops. So everything that reminds me of Lucy is right there. And then I did one more thing. All of my babies are in this beautiful urn. So all of them together because they were a pack. They were together all the time, and that's the way they are now. So all three of them, this is Jack, Lucy, and Winston, are all right there. So when you go to make your altar, the things that you might consider the traditional elements are candles and marigolds. I love the idea of marigolds. Marigolds have always been one of my most favorite flowers. When springtime would roll around and my dad would take us to the garden shop and we were allowed to pick out our plant, I picked out marigold every single year. I picked out marigolds. I just love the color of them. They're vibrant and beautiful, and it's the color and the essence, like the scent of the marigold that is used to kind of guide the spirit home, guide the souls home. And let's see what else. Any kind of food, any kind of water, whatever your animal companion loved the most, that's what you would put out on their little altar. Photos, collars, any item that represents their spirit, that represents their soul. I've mentioned before that in the Polynesian tradition, that anything that was part of the animal companion before they crossed, a piece of their energy, a piece of their energy stays with that. So the smell that I have on Lucy's collar, a little bit of fur, anything, even their paw print retains a little element of their essence. And so that's would help to bring them home. I will go back to comments in just a moment. And anything else that is symbolic for you of their presence or of a memory of them. So I have two other things. Like here, I'll give you an example. These are really good examples. They don't mean anything except to me. This is a little rock from the mountain that Lucy loved so much. She loved when we lived on the top of the mountain. She was as free as a bird. She could run anywhere, do anything she wanted. She loved being on top of the mountain. So I have a little rock from when we lived on the mountain. And then this one was a little paw print that somebody gave to me in memory of Lucy. And it's just a little, like a little acrylic paw print. There's nothing special about it except that it was given to me in honor of Lucy. And so that is there for her. I also have her fur there. So I would love for you guys if you wanted to make your own altar. Usually we talk about different ways on this channel. We talk about ways that we can support each other, ways that we can make connections, ways that we receive messages, ways that we can help heal from the guilt and the grief and the regret. But tonight I really want it to be all about celebration. And when we do the candle lighting ceremony in just a moment, I just want it to be about our love. Our love, and that's what connects us. And when I mentioned that there's different kinds of consciousness, this field of energy that flows to, through, and around us, this beautiful field of energy, whether you call it the quantum field, I've tried to share the details, but I'm not a scientist. I don't have the best words to explain it. I only know what's in my heart. That this beautiful field of energy that flows to, through, and around us is conscious. It is consciousness. And we have the ability to connect with that consciousness. And when our beautiful animal companions cross out of their physical body, they go into this field that surrounds us. But they're connected always, like with a golden little tether from heart to heart. It's not like they're going to go off someplace far, far away and not be able to find their way back because they will always be tethered to us, always. So I call it the consciousness of the heart. When we have heart to heart consciousness, it doesn't matter how long because there's no sense of time on the other side. The Rainbow Bridge is not some far off place that we hope to get to someday once we cross. The Rainbow Bridge is right here. It is right here with us, and our animal companions are our animal companions. They are our soul pets, and they'll never leave us. They never, never leave us. But we can do things that make us feel really good. And when we can start to, I think part of the reason why we do this altar, and I'm sure there's many reasons, but it's because when we can do something that honors them and opens up our heart into a space of love, it moves us out of the sadness. It moves us out of the grief. And that allows us to be closer to them. It allows us to vibrate at a frequency of love that connects with them instantly, and it brings them right back into our presence. And then we look for signs, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, I'm going to check some comments real quick. Lisa, it's great to see you here. You still have your dog's teeth. Amazing. Didn't get a chance to put out a picture yet. That's the other thing I should mention. And Shirley, if you wanted to jump on at any point, if I'm getting any of this wrong, it begins tonight, and it goes through until tomorrow. So it's like a 24-hour period. You don't ha if even if you didn't have if you have if you don't do anything until tomorrow, if you don't do anything until the next day, I'll give you a secret. Our animal companions don't have a calendar on the other side of life. They don't, it's us humans who have to be, we're constrained by time and days and weeks and years. And our animal companions on the other side don't know any of that. So whenever it is that we do this with a feeling of love, that's all you need to do. But you can do it at any time. The tradition is that it's put out today and it lasts until tomorrow. Let me check some comments here. See if I've missed anything. I like the color. Cheryl, that's why I got that little urn because I like the color. And believe it or not, because I don't know if it's been a long time since I've mentioned that part of also how this came to be, there's so many synchronicities that I would have never, ever, ever, I couldn't have pulled them out of a hat. I couldn't have thought of them in 100 years. That I spent 5 years working at a pet funeral home, and it was completely out of the blue. Out of the blue. It was completely somebody was orchestrating something behind the scenes. I didn't even know there was such a thing as pet funeral homes. And I just happened to be a whole string of events. I won't give you the whole story, but a whole string of events led me to walk into the pet funeral home, and there was a sign that said "Help Wanted." And by the following Saturday, I was working there. And what it taught me was so much. It taught me so much about aftercare. It taught me so much about the grief that people feel. It taught me so much about the decisions that people have to make that no one is prepared to make. And it taught me how to open my heart with the deepest kind of compassion, to be honoring beautiful animal companions that were brought in after life. It changed something in me. And I think that that is also how Lucy was able to get through to me because something also deep inside me had shifted. I don't know why I went on to that topic. I can't, it must have been something that one of you guys said. So Sherry says she has two altars, one for each of the girls. And I tucked away the hair and a favorite toy. Yeah, yeah, set them out. Absolutely, set them out. Um, I'm just going to see if I have missed anything crucial. So if I did miss anything crucial, write it in all caps. And you can always do like Cheryl does at Animal Reiki Lady, and it pops up with a big red notice for me to catch on. Um, okay. Uh, I don't think I've missed anything else. All right. I hate to have that dead air. Okay, here we go. So the celebration of life. The celebration of life is where we're going to light the candle right now, and I'm going to read all of the animal companions' names. And what I would love for you guys to do, if you've got a candle and you want to light a candle along with me, then I invite you to do that. I'm going to light the candle in just a moment, and I'm going to have a little blessing that I want to read. We're going to light the candle, and then I'm going to read all the animal companions' names. And as I read the animal companions' names, I would love for you, if you can sit there with your eyes closed, you don't have to, but if you can with your eyes closed and just listen to every animal's name. There is something very important about an animal's name. We usually go through a great deal of thought before we arrive at an animal companion's name. Sometimes we try on different names to see what sticks. Sometimes an animal companion comes to us with a name, like my beautiful gypsy came to me as Bliss, and that just didn't roll off my tongue smoothly. And so I asked Gypsy to suggest to me a couple of names, and Gypsy's the one that came out, and so suits her. Oh gosh, it so suits her. But Bliss, and prior to Bliss, when she was first found, her name was Janet, and that definitely was an odd name for. It just wasn't. It wouldn't have been my pick for a name anyway. So we settled on Gypsy. So a lot of thought goes into our animal companion's name, and they either grow into the name or they match the name. But I think there's something very, very important about the name and about speaking the name. When we speak words, we are sending a vibration out into the universe. And I would like to send a vibration of love out into the universe with every animal companion's name that I read. And if I happen to miss a name, I do apologize. I've got like 100 names here now. I will create that post. That is my promise to you. I will create a beautiful post that honors every single one of our animal companions. So let's just make sure I haven't missed any names at Animal Reiki Lady. Huh, it didn't give me that big red thing. I don't know why. Fabiola has a question. Okay, let's go back to Fabiola. Fabiola, I'm sorry that I missed your name saying hello. Fabiola, that's what you said, right? I don't know that I see a Fabiola. I'm looking. But okay, I've gone up pretty far and I just don't see anything. I apologize. And that's sometimes that oh, there we go. Fabiola. I lost everything that belonged to Spike in the Palisades fire in January. Okay, what can I put besides his photo? Um, if you have a photo, that's all you need. And if you did lose everything, I understand, and I my heart goes out to you more than you can possibly know. I would say that what you have is still the most important thing, which is the love in your heart for your beautiful animal companion. But wildflowers, any kind of food, if there was a food that your particular animal companion loved, that would be a beautiful way. Anything at all that brings to your mind that brings them to your mind. But in the end, really the only thing we need is our heart-to-heart connection. Last night, when we were receiving messages from our animal companions in the messages from the Rainbow Bridge, we had some of these things. We had collars, we had fur, we had photos, and in the end, we had nothing. We just let our hearts be the connection, and that's a beautiful thing also. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on scrolling. Um, I thought I saw one more comment with my name, but I missed it. So this is also, as most of you know, it's me, myself, and I don't have like a staff. I don't have somebody who's monitoring my comments. I don't have somebody who's like scrolling through for me. I don't have somebody manning the cameras, which is why the camera moves every time that I move. I have me, and sometimes myself and they don't do as good of a job as I expect. All my respect for all of us that are taking care of animal companions, even when it's so hard. Yep. Um, I put a space after. Oh, right. There you go. So I think if you don't put a space, then it will go through. Okay, but let's continue. I would love to read this for you. Where's my little? I'm going to read this little candle lighting prayer. So it's a little candle lighting blessing. I like the word blessing better than prayer. For our soul pets, I'm going to read it for all of your soul pets. If you want to grab your candles, I'm going to grab this candle right here. I am going to, where's my beautiful matches? I love to use I just love beautiful matches. Like I could get a Bic lighter, but it doesn't do the same thing for me as my beautiful matches do. So I'm going to do beautiful matches to light my candle. I'm going to read the prayer first, and then I'm going to light the candle after I read the prayer. So here we go. If you guys want to say this along with me or listen along with me, and then I'll read the names after I light the candle. Tonight, we gather in remembrance and in love. As we light these candles, we call upon the light that never fades, the light of our beloved animal companions who once walked beside us and who now move through the unseen with grace. May these flames carry our gratitude for their presence, our tears for their absence, and our faith in the eternal bond that unites our hearts. In the glow of these candles, we feel them near, tails wagging, wings fluttering, eyes bright with joy. They remind us that love knows no distance, no boundary, no end. As we remember, we also celebrate, for their spirits are free, their love is everlasting, their essence is forever woven into ours. May this light guide them home, and may it always heal the tender places in their heart. And so it is, and so they were, and so are we, always together. I'm just going to hold this up to our little. There we go. Let's blow this one out. And I'm just going to set this, let's get the little dish. I'm going to set this candle down as I read all of the names. There we go. Kuda, Logan, Aladdin, Pudge, Benny, Gary, Potato, Maggie, Cat Food, Nancy, Smokey, LaBelle, Phoebe, Lucy, Piper, Socks, Freya, Gigi, Doodle, Meow Meow, Nico, Kirby, Enzo, Scout, Rebel, and Nova, and Harley, and Hershey, Luna, Jack, Lucy, Winston, Jake, Zoe, Annie, Bailey, Pockets, Ziggy, Rudy, Poppy, Oscar, Lily, Potato, and Annabelle, Milo, Genevieve, Peanuts, and Dudley, Humphrey, and Hamish, and Jinx, and Thomas, Bagheera, Lambo, Bobby, and Rosie, Flora, Babette, Parker, Lobo, another Jinx, Molly, Orange, and Missy. and for all of our beautiful animal companions, for every name that I have here, for the name of every animal companion with which I have ever been graced, with which I have ever had the honor of connecting, and all of your animal companions, whoever they are, the many, whether they were childhood animal companions or the animals who spent our teenage years with us, licking our tears, the ones who jump into our arms, the ones who just know us inside and out, our beautiful soul pets. Every single one we honor with this beautiful flame, and we call them home tonight. And tonight, more than any other night, we will ask for a sign or a message, and we will know that they are with us, and we'll feel them in our heart. I'm just going to set this little candle over to the side. Right by Lucy. I love the way that that's reflecting in the glass there. I'm going to check the comments one more time, and then we're going to do one more thing. Let me just check to make sure that if I have missed anybody, I so apologize because I don't want to do that. That's the last thing I want to do. Oh, Lady Bell and Mew Mew. Okay, okay. So, Lady Bell, and Mew Mew. Don't laugh at me. I do my best, I promise. Okay. So that is that's the way that we would do this. And you can do something that simple for Fabiola, even if all you had was a candle, just a little 99-cent candle that you pick up in the grocery store. If all you had was a candle and you lit that candle and just said something beautiful to your animal companion about how much you love them, that's all you need to do. The altar this is a this is a beautiful little thing to do. I love the ceremony behind it. I love the tradition behind it. But I know that what really is important is the love that I hold for them in my heart. And that when I know that we're connected, that they will find a way to get through to me and they will find a way to show me that we are still connected. I want to do one more thing. So there's a few of you, and I think I saw a comment somewhere. From Dana, a reminder if you can send the recording for Sunday Zoom. Yes, I can. I took the recording and I got everybody's permission that it was okay to record. So Dana, I will make sure to get you the recording, but I'm writing it down on my paper just to be sure. One of the things, there's a couple folks here that are in my psychic development class. Now, psychic development, boy, it sounds like we're being, way out there on the hairy fairy edge, but it's about awakening all of your special senses. It's about awakening everything that is a natural part of us. But one of the things that we just learned to do was to use a flame in order to make a connection with our animal companion. So I'll share that with you guys tonight since we happen to have our candles here. When we have a candle and we light the flame, we light it with intention. And if we set the intention that we would love to be able to connect with our beautiful animal companion and to receive a message from them, we light the candle with that intention and then we gaze at the candle. Now, I'm holding the candle. You're going to want to leave it on a table or someplace so it's comfortable for you to gaze. Last thing you don't want to drop it or anything. You're just going to look at the candle and watch the flame and allow the flame to mesmerize you. And the flame is going to dance and the flame is going to glow. Like there's a glow all around it. The flame is going to glow. The flame is going to dance. It's going to move. It's going to hold your vivid attention. It's going to turn your mind off from all that. Oh, there's because I'm breathing and speaking, there's some really cool little flickers going on with this candle. It's going to help your mind quiet. And then you just open your heart to receive a message and you ask the flame to like place the message in your heart. And then you can either set the candle down or you can blow it out. I'm just going to set this one down. And you receive a little message. And right now, the message that I'm getting from Lucy is that she is loving the attention, that she is just loving the attention. She's loving the bit about the wolf. She's loving it all. She wants the peanut butter. That's the message that comes through stronger than anything else is that she wants the peanut butter. So ask for your animal companion for a message as you light your own candle and you'll be able to see one. So some other signs. I want to talk about that real quick, and then we're going to kind of wrap it up. I will check comments one more time. KL. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you enjoyed that. Who else did I see? There's another Kathy. Oh no, I think we've yeah, Kathy with a C. I have a question. What was Ziggy's favorite memory of us together? And did you ever feel and did he feel love or did you feel love? So Kathy, what was his favorite memory? I'll tell you, there's something I remember this question. You posted this question and I wrote it down and I never responded. Here's the answer. It came back as Mother's Day. Like, and I don't know what that means, and I don't know, but when I asked what is the favorite memory, that's what came through instantly was Mother's Day. So I don't know if there was anything you ever did with Mother's Day or if it means anything to you, but that's what came through was Mother's Day. And it may not be, that's the other thing, it may not be the, Bianca, nice to see you. Sometimes their memories are not the same as the memories that we think they're going to be. I would think that Lucy's favorite memory, we used to go to this place up in the northern Wisconsin that she loved. Oh, we would let her out of the car. She would run right for the dock and off she went, and dove right off into the water. But no, she came back to me later in a meditation to show me her favorite memory was this little wooded area near our old home where she was free to roam without any kind of leash or any kind of, yeah, and that's what she loved the most. So I hope that makes sense for you, Kathy. I want to look at Bianca. I like this candle for Shadow. Okay, there we go. More names. I'll say them out loud. Shadow, Peaky Peaky, PT, Tiny, Squish, Xena, Princess, Queenie, Pidgeman, Ducky, FICO, and more and more. Right? I know when I go back to all my beautiful animal companions since I was a small girl, you already know deep within your heart that he knows. Oh yeah, about the love piece. Even asking the question, it's it's not the number one question that everybody asks, but it's right up there. When people ask me to get messages from their animal companions, they want to know that they're safe, that they've made it across. Without fail, there isn't ever an animal who does not instantly cross to the other side. They do not get stuck between worlds. They're beautiful souls, they're beautiful, pure, amazing, loving souls instantly cross into the non physical and they remain right by our sides. And they always know how much they were loved. And they are loving you right back so much. They are sending so much love from the other side of life. And they want you to know that they're right there, like right there, not like a metaphor, not like your pet is still with you, hold them in your heart. No, your animal companion is right there with you. Your soul pet instantly is part of you and will always be part of you. Okay, Odo and Wookie, I love that too. Hi, Jesse. Okay, I think we're good. All right, my friends, this was a beautiful way to celebrate a live stream tonight. I love that we were able to do this practice. I love that I was able to read your beautiful animal companions' names. I'm just going to see if there's any more. Sherry, it's great to see you. Lisa, lighting a candle for Simon, Sterling, and Harley. Sherry, Bisbee. Oh, the Biz. That's so awesome. Oh, Dana, right. Dana, Nikki, Coco, Tiger Lady. Matika? Okay. No, no what? I see the N-O-O-O and I don't know what that means. Okay. Scroll up. Okay, I will try to scroll up. I'm being a pest now since I had to leave abruptly. Could you forward me the recording? But it's totally fine if you can't. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've got the recording. So you guys don't worry. What we're talking about is last night, the messages from the Rainbow Bridge. It was a 2 hour Zoom where we did several different practices helping us to connect with our own and each other's animal companions. And I recorded it for those who, like all my channel members, just got an automatic invite. And if some of them couldn't make it, then I recorded it for you specifically. So don't worry. Okay. Shirley, I love you too, dear friend. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed the ceremony. Do you teach how to quiet our minds so we can hear our animals friend? Oh, yes, I do, Bianca. Yes, I do. I will. I teach it. I host courses in it right now. That's part of what the psychic development class is, the psychic development class. And this has become oddly. I never anticipated this either that I would teach a psychic development class. It has become a class about how we actually use our bodies, our minds, our hearts, how everything and all of our senses and beyond connect us to our animal companions. But that's a topic for another time because we are about to wrap it up. I love you guys so much. I love all the support you offer for each other. And if you would like to become a channel member, please go. The more you can support this channel, the more people we can get it out to. You click the little, I think there should be a join button, and then you can become an official channel member. No pressure if that's not your thing. I totally get it if it's not your thing, because I still kind of give a shout out to almost everybody. And please like and subscribe and share, because there's so many people that put that at the beginning of their, if you like this video. I know that if you like and subscribe, you will always follow my videos, but it really does help the crazy YouTube algorithm if we can like click some buttons that it likes that. And it gets this out to more people. So I am so stoked because we had a ton of people on here tonight that were brand new that I haven't seen in a long, or and some that I haven't seen in a long time. But anywho, have a great night. I love you guys so much. Until next week, may animals light your way. Bye, everybody.